Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about recreating ourselves. But before we get into it, please like, subscribe, and share. Okay, so we recreate ourselves by figuring out what we need to change about ourselves for the better. The first thing we need to do is really ask ourselves, do I want to change and why? We have to know what we want and don't want. Reinventing ourselves doesn't happen overnight. But if we think the same way, we will continue to do the same thing, getting the same results. So we have to think different to do different. And it's worth it if we want to elevate. Let's be open to new possibilities, which could be life changing for the better, by keeping an open mind and believing that we are worthy of more. No matter your current situation or no matter your current situation or status, we're still worthy of more, of everything that is good. For instance, a good character, being a person of integrity, a good mindset, being optimistic, hoping for the best, believing for the best, a good belief system, knowing that if you believe it, you can receive it, a good future, knowing that it's all up to us what we're going to do and what we're not going to do. I understand that life happens to all of us, but we can pick and choose the people we have in our circle. We want to be around other people who are elevating as well, people with a positive attitude. We can pick and choose who we have in our life and in our circles. The goal is to have a good life, the life that we all deserve. And by accepting, and you know what? We have to be accepting we have to be accepting of change. We should want that positive change in our lives. And we can start doing that by setting realistic goals for ourselves. And also, for example, by getting our finances in order. That's a way of making a change. Thinking different, doing different, believing different, looking up, thinking up, wanting up. No matter, it's not about being greedy or, it's just about wanting more, knowing that you deserve more. And when I say more, I'm thinking in a positive way, but also giving more. Giving is a part of recreating ourselves as well. Because as human beings, let's face it, we're all selfish by nature. It's just the nature of the beast. Human beings are very self absorbing, self centered. We should try to keep an open mind, being considerate of others and things of that nature. That all plays a role when we're speaking about elevating and evolving into something better, something greater. Being someone of having a good moral character, someone that people can rely on, look up to. But the number one thing is this: it's not about looking to the left or to the right, it's about running our own race. We should want to elevate and become a better person for ourselves, for our family. If you're a mother or a father, for your children, or like I said, your family, but most of all, for you. You should want to be better for you. When you're better, and you're better all the way around the board. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand that none of us are perfect. I'm not saying that we're going to be perfect, but it doesn't hurt to want to be better than you were before, to do better than you did in the past. And another very important part of that, as far as elevating and evolving into someone better and greater, is to be willing. The willingness to forgive those who have hurt us in our past. Not for them, but so that we can truly heal by freeing ourselves of the hurt through forgiveness. You know, Forgiving those who hurt us can truly set us free. And the thing that really holds us back is that lots of times we are looking back instead of looking to our future, a better future. Sometimes our past can hold us back as well. Sometimes we are our own worst enemy. Our thoughts go with us wherever we go. If you got a lot on your mind, you can go on the most beautiful vacation that there could ever be, but your thoughts go with you wherever you go. You can be sitting washing the dishes, taking a shower, a bath. You could just be doing just about anything, and a thought from the past or something could trigger something that may have hurt us or affected us in some way. So trying to the willingness to change and the willingness to forgive those who have hurt us in the past. Forgiveness sets you free. It doesn't change anything that happened to you, but it changes you in the sense that that thing or that situation no longer has that power over you. When you're willing to forgive, it's really freeing. So that is very important as well when we speak about elevating and evolving into a better version of ourselves, because everything that happens in our lives, whether it be good or bad, every situation, every circumstance, it molds us. The good and the bad molds us into the person in whom we have become. So when we talk about recreating ourselves, we have to really, it's like having a conversation with self. What do I want out of life? Where am I at? Where am I going? What can I be doing better? There's always room for improvement. For none of us are perfect. There's always room for improvement. We should all be trying to elevate into something better, something greater. I think that beauty comes in all sizes, all colors, all shapes. Beauty is truly in the eye of the beholder. But we may know that we got a couple extra pounds on us and we can afford to maybe, go on an exercise program, or, maybe we should be in the gym a little bit more, or, just eating more healthy. There's just a lot of ways, things that we can make a conscious effort to change for the better. Maybe, there could just be a lot of ways that we can really change for the better. Some people, they're very pessimistic. They're always thinking that the cup is half full. I apologize, half empty opposed to half full. Whereas if a person had a thankful heart, they would look at that cup as half full opposed to half empty, because it could be totally empty. A half a cup, there's something in the cup. Whether it's half empty or half full, you gotta, having a thankful heart, being appreciative for what you have. When you appreciate the little, you'll be blessed with more. Give and it shall be given. Maybe we're selfish. Maybe we don't even realize it, but maybe we're selfish. Sometimes we gotta take self-inventory. There's always room for improvement. Just being open-minded, being considerate of other people, being willing to give people a chance who maybe don't look like you or think like you or vote like you, still being willing to give other people a chance, giving yourself a chance to be exposed in a positive way to things that you, or even people that you haven't been exposed to before. Maybe you never went to an opera. Maybe it just sounds like they're doing a lot of screaming. But maybe if you say, well, you know what? I know the pandemic and everything, but after this, let's, whenever possible, do some things that you've never done before. Go some places that you've never been before. There's some people that they do, depending on where you live, people do everything on their side of town. They go to the mall on their side of town, or they, maybe go to the mall on a different side of town, just getting out of your comfort zone, just being willing to get out of your comfort zone. All of that helps recreate you, helps you to think different. Maybe talk to someone that you normally wouldn't talk to, For example, even as far as relationships is concerned, we've all had good and bad relationships, and I'm speaking about romantic relationships. Maybe you only date blondes, or you only date brunettes, or this person only dates this type or that type, and maybe things aren't working out. Maybe give somebody else a chance that you normally wouldn't give a chance to. You may be pleasantly surprised. So there's so many things that we could do. Think different to do different. Think different, you'll live different. Remember, as a man thinketh, so is he. If you think you can, you will. If you think you can, 9 times out of 10, you won't. We normally get what we expect. So let's expect the good. Let's expect the best. Let's know that we're worthy thereof. Yes, we all make mistakes. None of us are perfect, but we still deserve to be happy. We should all want to be better, and there are so many ways that we all can improve. And I just want each one of you, including myself, I want us all to just sit and just think on, what can I do different? How can I elevate? How can I evolve into a better version of myself? How do I get on my purpose? And one thing we got to remember about purpose is not really being purposeful. Is to be useful, to be beneficial, not only to self, but to the world as a whole. What can I do differently that I haven't done in the past? How can I be more considerate? Where can I lend a helping hand? Because everybody needs somebody. We can't live in this world alone. And we got to start having a we and a us type of mentality. We're all in this together. Everybody needs somebody some of the time. Everybody needs to be there. One hand always washes the other. Reinventing ourselves can also go back to not being so selfish, to be more considerate of one another. Never knowing when you might need somebody to show you mercy or kindness, or to show that kindness to someone you love, your child, or whoever it may be that you may care about. So we can just sit back. Let's think on, how can I do better? What do I want out of life? How do I want to be remembered? If COVID-19 is here, if I was to die today or tomorrow, how would people remember me? What type of legacy am I leaving behind? What are they going, because we all know how it is, but how do you want to be remembered? Let's think about that. And I do thank you for stopping by. I'm going to end this video now, and I will see you next time. So thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. And until next